first instrument that we are going to be making is a tamborim. For this instrument you will need a can, any kind of can is good from your recycling, some rubber bands, a balloon, any colour, and something to use as a beater. I've chosen a metal straw to make a nice clangy sound. So, a tamborim in the samba band is one of the melodic instruments. Even though it's a drum, because it's so high pitched, it often plays the rhythms that are classed as melodies. So, we are going to use something that's quite small, so our can, and our balloon is going to be the skin of the drum. Now, I've cut my balloon open so we can stretch it to make the skin. And this is the fiddly part. You need to stretch the skin over the can like this. And once you've stretched it over the whole thing, then we're going to secure with our elastic bands. If you need any help doing this, get your grown-up to give you a hand. So I'm just going to twist my elastic bands all the way around the can so that it is nice and secure, and I'm going to put an extra one on there just in case. We are now going to learn our tamborim rhythm, and we are going to learn it by saying, I like to samba. I like to samba. And we're going to repeat that over and over. Now, the official term for this rhythm is called a 3-2 clave. The reason being the first half is 3 beats, the I like to, and the 2 is the second half, samba. So you've got I like to samba, I like to samba. And we're going to play that on our drum. Pause the video and have a practice for yourself. The next instrument that we are going to make is our Agogo guitar. Now, usually these are 2 separate instruments. An Agogo is a Brazilian instrument which has 2 bells attached to one another. One is low pitch and one is high in pitch. A guitar, as we know, is something that you strum. Now, we're going to blend those instruments together to make an Agogo guitar. You will need 1 Tupperware. I've gone for a square one like this. And 2 elastic bands. It helps if those elastic bands are different sizes. Now, what we're going to be doing is putting our elastic bands over our Tupperware like so. And you can experiment with how tight they need to be. As you can see with mine, I'm doubling one of mine over to make it a bit tighter. See what happens when you make the elastic bands tight compared to when you make them loose. Have a go with moving the elastic bands around to see where they sound best. Okay, I've got my elastic bands sounding good. You'll notice that one of them is lower than the other. The rhythm that we're going to use for this instrument, we are going to remember by saying, I would like a cup of tea. I would like a cup of tea. And that rhythm, I'll do it with the pitches as well, goes, I would like a cup of tea. I would like a cup of tea. So that's low, high, high, low, low, high, high, low, high, high, low, low, high, high. Now, normally, I would play my instrument like this, okay? But so you guys can see it, I'll play it this way with the rhythm. So, the next instrument that we are going to make is our castanets. For this, you will need some cardboard that you've cut into a strip and that you can bend, some sellotape. Now, you'll see here, I've already folded over some sellotape and stuck it on. So you can go ahead and do that now. If you don't have double-sided tape, that's all good. You can just wrap around some normal sellotape. And you'll also need some bottle tops. You can either use caps from a carton or you can use some more metally ones, depending on what you have in the house. So once you've stuck your sellotape down, we're going to take the flat part of the bottle top and we are going to attach it just like that. And then you take the next one and do the same. Now the sellotape can be a little bit fiddly with this one, so again, if you need any help from your grown-ups, you can get them involved too. Right. Fold the cardboard gently, and you are ready to start playing. Now our rhythm for the castanets is coffee, 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 and we play it like this. Over and over. So pause the video, have a go, and happy castanet playing. The next instrument that we are going to make is our shaker. For this you will need a bottle, some kind of dry food ingredient. I've gone for split peas, but you could go for rice or lentils, anything that's dry basically. And you can experiment in the kitchen with how loud or how soft you want your shaker to sound. I've gone for split peas because I want it to be quite loud. So I've separated out some split peas here, and I'm just going to pour them straight into my bottle. Once they're in, make sure you put your lid on. And here we have our shaker. Now the way that we're going to count our shaking and playing is 1E under, 2E under, 3E under, 4E under. And that's going to go up, back, down, back, up, back, down, back. And when you speed that up, we get... If you're getting a little bit stuck with that, just go forwards and back. That's all good as well. The final instrument that we are going to make is our bass drum with beaters. For this, you will need to start with 2 wooden spoons, some bubble wrap cut into strips, and something to act as your bass drum. I've gone for a laundry basket, but you could go with a sand bucket or any kind of big container that you've got, maybe a pan from the kitchen. So, to make our first beater, we're going to take one of our wooden spoons, and the spoon end, we are going to wrap in bubble wrap. So we're going to line the 2 strips up, pop our spoon in, and we're going to roll it up like so. Once you've wrapped up your spoon, we're going to take some sellotape, and we are going to tape up the ends. Now we've got our beaters, we need our bass drum. Place your bass drum in front of you and play. Now our bass drum is going to ground the whole of our band together. So it's quite a simple rhythm, but we have to be careful that we don't speed up or slow down, so we keep the same tempo. We're just going to count on our heads, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over, and it should sound like this.